Good afternoon, I'm Faraz Javid, and welcome to this Emirates News coronavirus update. Here's the latest. There are now over 4.3 million confirmed cases of COVID-19 around the world. That's according to Johns Hopkins University, who say the number of deaths is now approaching 300,000. The U.S. continues to outpace the rest of the world in reported deaths at over 84,000. What's more, the infection rate in the U.S. also continues to be the highest, as the number now approaches 1.4 million. Meanwhile, Russia has the second highest number of infections with over 252,000 cases and more than 2,000 deaths. In the UK, the infection rate is still climbing, with the number now close to 231,000 cases and with over 33,000 fatalities. In Spain, the number of confirmed cases is over 229,000, with more than 27,000 deaths. And in India, it has now more than 78,000 cases and over 2,500 deaths. Meanwhile, the UAE announced 698 new cases of the coronavirus today. This brings the total number of cases here to 21,084. Now, an additional 407 patients have also recovered from COVID-19, raising the total number of recoveries here to 6,930. Sadly, 2 more fatalities were also announced, bringing the number of deaths registered in the country to 208. Now, at the press briefing, officials stressed that the nation stands at an important stage in dealing with the virus. That's why containing it requires everyone to act responsibly by adopting precautionary measures such as social distancing, avoiding gatherings, and wearing face masks at all times, especially when in public setting. A new field hospital at Al Razeen was inaugurated last night by the Abu Dhabi Emergency Crisis and Disasters Committee for COVID-19. The hospital has been constructed following directives of the UAE leadership to enhance the capabilities of the country's health sector. The new facility has 200 beds as well as 50 ICU beds. And here is the interesting part. It was constructed within just 9 days. Meanwhile, 4 more field hospitals are in the pipeline, with one of them just a week away from completion. This one is located in Al Mafraq and will have the same capacity as Al Razeen, while the other 3 facilities are to follow in Musafa, Al Ain, and Al Dhafra. So it's going to be hard to predict when the pandemic will be over. In fact, COVID-19 may never go away. These are the statements made by officials at the World Health Organization. Have a listen.
We have a new virus entering the human population for the first time. And therefore it is very hard to predict when we will prevail over it. This virus may become just another endemic virus in our communities, and this virus may never go away.
We have seen countries bring this virus under control. We have seen countries use public health measures, the fundamentals of public health and epidemiology and clinical care, to bring the virus under control and to suppress transmission to a low enough level where communities can get back to work and communities can open up again.
In a move to honor hundreds of frontline healthcare workers here in the country, the UAE leadership has granted them 10-year golden visas. So more than 200 doctors in Dubai have been gifted the residency visa for their efforts to fight COVID-19 and keeping the nation safe. The order was announced last night, and the recipients were informed that they were being rewarded for their selfless dedication to caring for infected patients. So the UAE and South Korea have succeeded in flattening the COVID-19 curve by adopting a proactive and technology-driven approach. Now, that's the message shared by experts from around the world who participated in an e-lecture organized by Trends Research and Advisory in Abu Dhabi. The lecture highlighted the international best practices adopted by countries in Asia, especially here in the UAE and South Korea, and the factors behind their success in tackling the pandemic. Those include the UAE's successful disinfection program that minimized human mobility while the authorities disinfected public places. Then, of course, there's the UAE's stem cell experiment, which helped treat 73 patients while marking a new milestone in COVID-19 treatment. And if we go all the way back to when the pandemic started to spread in Wuhan, China, at that time, the UAE conducted about 500 high-level meetings looking for various methods to not only stop the spread of the virus, but also minimize the economic impact. That's why officials agree that it was also the strong communication strategy that helped the UAE to effectively deal with the pandemic, that too with a country that has over 200 different nationalities. The UAE has sent more aid to various countries around the world in the last 24 hours. Now, last night, Montenegro received 7 metric tons of medical supplies, while today 7 metric tons of medical supplies were also sent to Romania. The aid will assist approximately 7,000 medical professionals in those countries as they work to combat COVID-19 pandemic among their local population. Officials say the UAE is proud to serve as a critical partner to countries around the world that are bravely fighting to overcome the pandemic. To date, the UAE has sent over 530 metric tons of aid to 48 countries, supporting more than 530,000 medical professionals in the process. And driving schools in Sharjah are all set to reopen after the Eid holidays, but with precautionary measures in place. Now, that's according to Sharjah police, who say the facilities will be following all recommended measures, such as setting a maximum capacity of 30%. Officials are also urging the public to adhere to all preventative guidelines set by the authorities to help curb the spread of COVID-19. And a bit of good news for Dubai's cycling community. It's time to get back on the saddle as the Al Qudra cycle track has announced that it's back. The track is open from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Wednesdays and 7:30 a.m. until 8 p.m. on weekends during Ramadan. The facility, which is located around 30 minutes from the center of Dubai, has an 86-kilometer track which can accommodate any level of cyclists. Plus, their bike rental shop is also open, so anyone who does not own a bike, well, now you don't have an excuse. Okay, that's it for now. Stay tuned to Dubai One for regular updates on the COVID-19 pandemic throughout the day. And don't miss our full bulletin this evening at 8:30 p.m. Bye for now.